Please welcome Dr. Jill Biden.
It's great to be back in Philly. Once again, we're making history. Together, we will elect the first woman president of the United States, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Let me start by thanking you for allowing me to serve as Second Lady of the United States for the past 8 years. It's been an honor, and let me thank you for the love and support you have given our family. It has meant the world to us. Over the past 8 years, America has gotten to know the Joe Biden that I know and love. He's honest and strong, principled and compassionate. He was authentic long before it became a buzzword in politics. He understands that working people are the backbone of this nation. And he has tremendous empathy for those in need. He knows, as I do, that education is the great equalizer, and that community colleges are America's best-kept secret. And he believes, as I do, that we have a special obligation to our military and their families. He has a deep commitment to justice, and he has spent his whole career standing up to the abuse of power. He knows at its best, politics is always a matter of the heart. And he remains today, even after all he's been through, the most optimistic person I know. He loves his family. He loves this country. He's your vice president and my husband, Joe Biden.
You know, my dad used to have an expression. He said, it's a lucky person gets up in the morning, puts both feet in the floor, knows what they're about to do, and thinks it still matters.
For over 40 years, Joe Biden has had the courage to speak out and lead on the toughest issues facing America.
When I wrote the Violence Against Women Act back in 1989, I think people, although they cared about it, thought maybe there's not much we can do about it.
But he saw an injustice too great to ignore. Violence against women was a moral stain on the conscience of a nation.
We created a civil cause of action to empower women who are abused in this country.
For millions of women, the Violence Against Women Act has provided protection, support, and the ability to rebuild their lives. Apartheid in South Africa offended everything we stood for as a nation, but America was slow to act.
I'm ashamed of the lack of moral backbone to this policy. These people are dying. You feel frustration, they're dying. They're being shot. They're lined up and they're shooting children. Our loyalty is not to South Africa, it's to South Africans.
Genocide in Bosnia challenged the world. Joe Biden spoke out.
What's going on is an atrocity. This guy's a thug, a war criminal. It's truly a shame what we're allowing to happen. We're acting collectively as the free world like cowards.
In the 1990s, the NRA threatened anyone who crossed them. Joe Biden took them on.
We will not step back from the commitment we have made to the American people to give them safe streets, safe homes, and safe schools. That's why we fought the gun lobby and passed a ban on assault weapons.
It's the kind of courage we need today in Congress to stand up to the NRA. When the freedom to love who you choose was being denied by our own government, Joe Biden said, no more.
And what this is all about is a simple proposition. Who do you love? Who do you love? And will you be loyal to the person you love? And that's what people are finding out is what all marriages at their root are about. Well, whether they're marriages of lesbians or gay men or heterosexuals.
It's over. The long constitutional debate on whether gay couples have a constitutional right to marry is over, and the answer is yes.
For Joe Biden, the one sacred obligation of a nation is to those who have served.
The veterans of America are not only the heart and soul, but you are the very spine of this nation, who have served and sacrificed for all of us.
And for those military families who have lost loved ones, who have sacrificed the most, he's offered hope.
There will come a day when the thought of your son or daughter, or your husband or wife, brings a smile to your lips before it brings a tear to your eye. It will happen. My prayer for you is that day will come sooner or later. But the only thing I have more experience than you in is this. I'm telling you, it will come. I believe we need a moonshot in this country to cure cancer. It's personal. Like many of you, I've experienced in my family a dreaded C word. Every year around the world, 14 million people are diagnosed with cancer. We are going to fundamentally change the face of cancer.
And because he's gone to the mat for all of us on so many issues over the past 40 years, I'm putting Joe in charge of mission control.
In the last 22 years, violence against women has dropped 64%, and more people are reporting. But the one place it hasn't changed is on college campuses.
Today, he's leading a movement to end sex abuse on college campuses.
Unfortunately, 1 in 5 women will be the victim of sexual assault while a student. And that's why we launched the It's On Us campaign. It says, 1, I promise to intervene when I see something. 2, I promise to create an environment where sexual assault is unacceptable. And 3, no consent means no.
A gut-wrenching story that has gone viral.
Vice President Joe Biden has written a heartfelt letter to the survivor.
I do not know your name, but your words are forever seared in my soul. Your words will help people you have never met. You've given them the strength they need to fight. I do not know your name, but I will never forget you. Let's change the culture so that no abused woman or man ever feel they have to ask themselves, what did I do? They did nothing wrong.
It was the great battles over civil rights and the Vietnam War that brought Joe Biden to public life. And he hasn't flinched or walked away from the great battles that have driven and defined this nation ever since. His has been a career defined by honesty, passion, and conviction. And throughout it all, when it mattered most, he's forced us all to look deep in our souls and ask, is this who we are as a nation? And perhaps more importantly, is this who we want to be?
I am more optimistic about America's chances today than I have been my entire life.